Alex Hormozi is one of the most prolific entrepreneurs on the internet today. He has over 2 million followers on social media throughout multiple platforms such as YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Arguably, he's one of the best content creators utilizing the power of video.
This is more brutally honest advice to my younger, poorer self. This advice is only for somebody who wants to make more money, grow in their business, grow in themselves. People obsessed with their morning routines make less money than people obsessed with making money.
He has written 2 books, $100 million offers, and most recently, $100 million leads. These videos will review Alex Hormozi's content creation methods and how his editing style changed the game. We live in a world where video is still a powerful content medium, and we should know because we create videos too. But the way Alex Hormozi does it is absolutely ridiculous. So let's jump right in and talk about what you need to know about his entire process. To begin, let's set the stage for Alex Hormozi's content, and how it's considered one of the best styles by any content creator, even to the point to where many small creators try to imitate his style, and as the old saying goes, imitation is a form of flattery. Nevertheless, discussing how Alex's videos go viral every time is essential. One of them, of course, is his style of video editing, which we'll dive more into later, but there are other aspects that we won't ignore either. Let's start with his method of storytelling. His structure begins with a hook that will suck you in within the first 1 to 4 seconds.
The reason Costco has done food samples for such a long time is that it drove sales.
He knows this because in today's world, the average attention span lasts that long. As challenging as it may be to nail down, Alex knows that the key isn't too long, but it's too dull. It will get people to shut the video off fast at the click or tap, depending on which device they're watching it on. So it's essential to ensure that you have a hook that will get a viewer's attention quickly. For example, Alex would use a first-person tactic. In this case, he's more of a how I kind of guy rather than a how-to.
13 lessons I learned after graduating college from the real world that I wish I had learned earlier.
Now we get it. People who preach about content creation say focus on the audience and don't talk about yourself. There's a certain percentage you could follow where it's 80% focus on the audience and 20% on yourself. In this case, Alex is using that 20% to tell stories about himself along with the personal experiences linked to the subject of the video he's creating. For example, one video was if he turned back the clock to when he was in high school and wanted to make 6 figures, he'd do this. Or he would talk about himself with another famous entrepreneur such as Grant Cardone and how he spent 4 hours and an eye-popping $120,000 just to spend time with the man himself. This will get the wheels and people's head turning. They'll be thinking, well, what if I was in high school? What can I do? Or why the heck is someone paying 6 figures to hang around someone for a few hours? That's the intent of the hook, to get your attention and provoke your thoughts. And when that happens, you want to know what happens after the hook. Pro tip, if you're creating video content and you want to make the hook a little bit more practical, include subtitles that will show the hook instead of saying it. This is because you can watch videos without the sound playing. Maybe you're around other people and don't want them to know what you're watching. This makes sense. People can be ridiculous like that and ask, what are you watching? Or whatever. After the hook, it's the story itself. So now you know what happens next until the end. At that point, Alex has your attention, and you'll hang on to every word he says. When he tells the story, he creates a picture in your mind of the problem he faced, along with how he was able to solve it. He also shares his opinion on specific topics rather than facts. He shares with people what has worked for him and how it can help someone else. Then he finishes it with a call to action, inviting you to follow him on social media, visit his website, or leave a comment.
If you're a company and you're doing $10 million or more, acquisition.com would like to help you get to $100 million. If that's you, go to acquisition.com. Everybody else, enjoy all the free stuff.
So storytelling is one of the significant elements of Alex Hormozi's success with content creation. But as promised, we're going to dive into the actual topic of the video, his editing style. Alex Hormozi's editing style might be made for a Hollywood blockbuster approach. To begin, he's talking into the camera as if you're the only person in the room. This is known as the talking head method. What he does is he's creating that connection that is personal. He knows he's talking to someone with feelings, expression, and so much more.
At this point in his career, he could, right now, probably start a $1 million a year business. Or he could reinvest. And so he got another opportunity to work at a much more prestigious company.
The way he delivers his message, he knows where he comes from and what he's talking about, giving him that feel of authenticity.
I understand that people are human and people make mistakes, but if you want the 1 strike, not 3 strike, one-way ticket out of my friendship, you only have to do one thing. You have to not root for me.
You like him and you can trust him enough to help you with a problem. Meanwhile, video content creators can use similar methods while hanging onto your attention by changing their tone, displaying facial expressions, or moving their hands. Of course, we've already mentioned that captions are one of the biggest game changers for those watching videos without audio. These captions are engaging, relevant to his message, and convey a meaningful message to his audience. This approach is so practical that many content creators want to do the same thing. However, plenty of content creators often make their captions dynamic and stand out. It's not just Alex Hormozi that does it, it's Gary Vaynerchuk. Even Andrew Tate does a similar approach. They highlight their key words and phrases using bold colors to stand out and attract the viewer. They also add emojis that match the message's mood and emotion. If needed, animations are added as well to increase the number of views while making your content visually appealing. To change things up a bit, they use captions that rotate so the video remains engaging while not boring the life out of you. Alex Hormozi also uses different effects, both in visual and an audio sense. For example, he may describe something in a story that may sound funny and a laugh track might be used. Or if he's talking about a sad moment in his life, it could be the sound of someone groaning or crying, but you get the idea. Hormozi adds these effects to his editing process to keep your attention while amplifying his message to ensure that you watch the entire video from start to finish. You may be a content creator yourself who wants to take pages out of the book of the greats like Alex Hormozi. Just a word of caution though. Try your creative approach to how you do captions, effects, and other elements to your video content. Don't try and rip off Alex Hormozi word for word, otherwise you may be videoed as a tryhard. Instead, test out similar methods, and if it works, keep it up, maybe double down on it, and if it doesn't work, then change it up a bit. Keep in mind that not every piece of video content you create will be perfect. Don't expect the first ever video you make for YouTube or TikTok to go viral either. It takes hard work, dedication, and all kinds of trial and error. Believe me, Alex Hormozi went through that, and so have countless other content creators who started from zero. I mean, look at Gary V's earliest videos. They could have been filmed with a 90s camcorder for all we know.
That's why what I'm up to is so powerful. Once I finish building this machine, I'm building a Death Star. Literally the Death Star of communication.
Speaking of which, when starting out, start out with what you have and make the best of it. You don't need the best equipment or editing software to start creating content. And that will do it for this video. We hope you found some valuable information about Alex Hormozi and the way he creates and edits his video. Maybe someone to learn how you can make content from your audience. While his editing methods are insane, it may be complex to keep up with him. Keep it simple, and then once you get the hang of editing videos, you can twist it. The main goal is to make your videos engaging and less tedious. Speaking of which, if you enjoyed watching this video, be sure to like it, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on a new video each time we drop one. We'll see you next time.